Yanaendelea na mabondia tofauti wanaendelea kujiandaa vilivyo. Hivi sasa tuvuke moja kwa moja hadi katika eneo la maandalizi haya ambako mwanahabari wetu ambaye ni askofu wa michezo Duncan Mutua yuko tayari. Duncan Mutua, maandalizi yako vipi na mashindano haya yanafanyika lini?
Tupo katika kaunti ya Nairobi ambapo imesalia siku moja michuano ya Ndondi, michuano tajika ya Ndondi nchini ikiletwa kwako na Kalakoda Promotion ambayo itakuwa inaandaliwa katika ukumbi wa Masaus Nairobi, eneo la Ngong Road. Na wanadondi pia wameweza kuzungumza na wanahabari wakaweza kueleza je, wamejiandaa vipi kabla ya mashindano haya. Na hapa ndani ya eneo hili ni naye mmoja kati ya wanahabari ambao wametembea safari ama wamekuwa kwenye safari na Kalakoda. Anaeleza kuwa miaka 10 amekuwa kwenye safari hii hadi kutoka Dozan ya Marekani. Nitakuwa namkaribisha moja kwa moja aweze kutueleza zaidi kuhusu ni kipi ambacho kimeweza kumleta Kenya. Je, Ndondi hii inamaanisha nini kwa mabondia wa humu nchini? Karibu. Welcome. Mambo. How are you though?
I'm good. It's good to be here.
Great to see you. Let's speak about Kalakoda being part of being in Kenya and what it means to the Kenyan boxers.
I think it means a lot. I think ultimately fighters need opportunities. And at the moment, what's happened in the last 10 years with Kenyan boxing is that there are no opportunities. There are no promoters that fighters can get platforms to fight on, that fighters can trust to get paid, which is also important. So I think what Kalakoda have done over the last 10 years in Africa has shown fighters that you can get opportunities, you can get paid, you can get opportunities in America, in the UK. So I think it gives fighters hope. And where there's hope, there's a good chance that we are going to produce some good fighters.
You've been with the Kalakoda. How has been the journey though?
It's been incredible. Like I first met with Kalakoda and Seoul maybe about a decade ago. And we were doing events in Cape Town, in Joburg, Namibia, Zimbabwe, all over. And then obviously I've progressed and done other things, but that was the start of my journey. And they helped me, and I'm not a fighter, they helped me as a presenter. So what they've done for fighters has been incredible. There's so many fighters that have gone on to fight for international titles and Commonwealth titles and African titles. So they're a fantastic promoter.
Made you be part of Kenya boxing?
It's an interesting one, actually. Greg, who's here, Greg Cox, who runs Kalakoda in East Africa. Bizarrely, he did his university thesis many years ago on Zarika. So he did his studies on female African boxers, and Zarika was the study of his thesis. I had the blessing of promoting the first ever female Commonwealth fight, which we held in 2018 in the HICC in Zimbabwe, which was Stacey Copeland against Mapula Ungabani. It was a cracking fight, which Stacey won on points and won the first female Commonwealth title. So we were groundbreakers and pioneers. But obviously the greatest female fighter of all time, in my opinion, is Zarika, and she's Kenyan. So I was approached by Greg, and we said we'll promote Zarika. We did the Kirsty Hill fight. I assumed it would be a one-fight wonder. She'd win, and then she would go off to greater things. She was robbed of the result. She was genuinely robbed. And I just felt that the opportunity was to come and give her the respect she deserved and come to Kenya and to promote her here and to build shows. So we see Zarika as being the underpinning influence within our East African launch. We see her as being the grandmother of Kenyan boxing. And if I can project forward 5 years, I hope that we have 50, 60 Young Lions gyms all over Kenya with Zarika as as I say, the grandmother of boxing, and we're producing hundreds of youthful boxers to go into the professional ranks. So Zarika is the hook. She's the reason we're here. We're still incredibly pleased, and I've been blown away by everything. It's just incredible.
All right, Kenyans usually have a doubt with the promoters, Kenyan boxing promoters. Assure them that you'll be here for long.
I will, and I want to be honest. I don't want to denigrate any Kenyan boxing promoters because it's an incredibly difficult job. Yeah, it's a thankless job. Everyone says it's your fault. If it doesn't go well, it's your fault. If it does go well, it's the boxers are great. It's never your glory. So we try and disappear in the background and let the fighters do the talking. But I'm here to work with promoters. I don't see myself competing with promoters. I see us working with promoters. I believe very firmly that the rising tide will lift all ships. So every ship that sits on this water that is Kenyan boxing, if we can get this right, then that tide as it lifts, every one of those ships will become floated and we'll be able to produce the product we need in Africa.
One day to go, Kenyans. What should Kenyans expect?
Fireworks, but you know, it's easy to say fireworks, but you've got some incredibly good fights, eh? I think I'd be very surprised if Z doesn't knock her out. I mean, hopefully my running order when I do the timings has Zarika winning in 4 rounds. So you guys are coming on at 9 o'clock to do the news, so I need to make sure that the running order all fits. So I'm seeing Z. We've got a couple of good, interesting 6-rounders. The exhibition match is going to be brilliant. I mean, it's going to be Omar and Robert there. Yeah, the guys are up for it. So let's see whether, you know, that produces the fireworks. And the reason we do the exhibitions is interesting. If you're the fan in the auditorium or you're watching it on television and you see these guys who have put 100% of the time and effort, but they're not pros, you see the difference in levels. Yeah, and it's the same as watching soccer and you see a tier 5 versus a Premier League asset. You can see the difference. Boxing, very, very, very much so. You can see the difference. So it's great for the casual fan to get involved in boxing through the influencer and then to appreciate the sweet science, the technical nature of it, and become a deep, devoted, long-term fan. So we want to build an audience, build fans, and build support for all these Kenyan boxers so that when they fight on the world stage, there's millions of pay-per-views being bought, and that means that these guys will earn money, their families will earn money, they will open gyms, they will employ people, and in 5-10 years, like a flywheel, the momentum will grow, and we will see that Kenya is one of the strongest boxing countries in Africa again.
All right, thank you. See you around. Na mtazamaji, basi huyo ni promoter wa Kalakoda Boxing promotion, na huyu akiweza kuongoza. Kumbuke pia michuano tofauti itakuwa inapigwa siku ya Ijumaa, na tunazungumzia mabondia tajika kutoka Kenya, mabondia kutoka UK, mabondia kutoka South Africa na maeneo mengine tofauti. Basi ikiwa imesalia siku moja, kesho itakuwa siku ya weigh-in ambapo mabondia watakuwa wanaangaliana macho kwa macho waweze kuangalia ni nani ambaye anauzia mwingine uoga. Nikiwa hapa eneo la Nairobi, basi pia mimi nitakuwa nafunga nisubiri kesho niweze kuona, je, ni nani amepunguza uzani, ni nani ameongeza uzani, na ni kipi ambacho atakuwa anakifanya kuhakikisha kuwa siku ya Ijumaa anaupiga, siku ya Ijumaa anafurahisha mashabiki. Mimi naitwa Duncan Mutua. Kwaheri.
Wa michezo Duncan Mutua kwa kutupatia muktasari wa maandalizi ya mashindano hayo ya Ndondi ambayo yanafanyika siku ya Ijumaa. Mtazamaji, usikose, jikatie tiketi mapema ushiriki na vile vile kushuhudia yale yote ambayo yanazidi kuchipuka katika ulingo wa Ndondi. Mtazamaji,